happening? This is Big Tone coming at you from Bigtoneproductions Beats and Feasts. Hey guys, it's Friday. You know what time that is? It's time for another cooking video. Not only is it Friday, but it's Friday before Easter. So today I'm going to do some baking. I'm going to do a red velvet cake. I cannot take credit for this one. This one I got from Divas Can Cook. You can check out her YouTube and you can check out her blog page, which is just simply Divas Can Cook. I'm also using her frosting recipe. So shout out to Divas Can Cook. Hey, go check out her website. It's wonderful. But if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications. Hey, let's get started with some red velvet cake. All right, guys, so we're back here. And I am going to start with the dry ingredients. If you didn't know, almost every baker, almost every baking recipe uses a dry and a wet ingredient. So we're going to start with the dry. So in the bowl here, I've got 2 cups of AP flour, just regular all-purpose flour. To that mixture, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Now this is a half a teaspoon, so I'm going to put 2 of them in there, so don't get that mistaken here. So we're going to do 1, 2, and that's 2 teaspoons. And then we're going to do, or sorry, that's 1 teaspoon. This is a half, so I'm putting in 2 of them. So we're doing 1 teaspoon of baking soda. All right, and then we're going to be doing 2 teaspoons of unsweetened cocoa. So we're going to be doing 2 teaspoons of this. So I'm going to be putting in 4. There's 1. Sorry about my hands in the way of the camera. There's 2. 4. There we go. First one didn't come out all the way, so I'm putting in just a tad bit more. All right, guys. So that's 2 teaspoons of unsweetened cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're gonna mix this up a little bit here, and I'm just gonna whisk it with just a regular hand whisk. Make sure that all the ingredients are combined here. By the way, on this recipe, you need to preheat your oven to 325, okay, guys? All right, so that's all mixed together. So now we're gonna go to our wet ingredients. So with the wet ingredients, I have 2 cups of just regular sugar here. And then we're gonna combine 1 cup of just regular vegetable oil, or you can use canola oil. So we're gonna do 1 cup of that. Alrighty. And then we're gonna do 1 cup of buttermilk. Now, usually I add these in as I'm whisking, but I'm gonna add the buttermilk and then I'll add the rest of it here for you guys. So 1 cup of buttermilk. There we go. Set that aside. All right, and the next thing we're gonna add is we're gonna add the 2 cups or 2 eggs to the mixture. And I just use large eggs here. All right, so now we're gonna mix this up a little bit before we add the rest of it here. So we're gonna throw in our mixer. Start on slow, guys. All right, so we got those incorporated a little bit here. Let me get my mixture to stand up here. The next thing we're gonna add is we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. All right, and the next thing we're gonna add as well is we're gonna add our food coloring. So this really depends. These are 1 ounce bottles of food coloring that I've gotten from the store. But it really depends on how red you want your cake to be. So I typically will add 2 of them. So we're gonna add 1 here. Start it on slow, guys. It'll get all over the place. All right. Now, I actually think that is really, really red enough for me. but I'm gonna add a little bit more, okay? Bear with me just a second. Let me wipe off my hand here. I got a little red food coloring on me. That is really, really red, guys. But remember, we're gonna add the wet ingredients to the dry, so you wanna overcompensate just a little bit for that. So I'm gonna add just about another 1/2 of an ounce, okay? Typically these will come in 1 ounce containers, so you'll be able to increment them very well here. So I'm gonna use about another 1/2. There we go. This is gonna be really, really red, guys. All right, let's start this on slow. All right, we got that pretty well incorporated here. So I'm gonna add 2 more ingredients to my wet ingredients, and that is going to be 1 teaspoon of distilled white vinegar. And then the next thing is the secret ingredient is we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of hot coffee. Just any household coffee will do. But we're doing a 1/2 cup of it. We're gonna add that to our wet ingredients. There we go. We're gonna mix that up. All right, now we're gonna add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. So we're just gonna swap out bowls here. And I'm gonna add this a little bit at a time here. Start on low. All right, we're gonna turn it off and we're gonna try to get the edges of the bowl or the sides of the bowl incorporated there so we get everything mixed. And we're gonna fire up again. Now guys, if you feel like this is not red enough for you, you can always add some more food coloring. But I really think it is red enough for me. All right, so we don't want to overmix that. We just want to make sure it's really incorporated. So guys, that is basically the batter. Do not be alarmed because this batter is not a thick batter, guys. It's fairly thin. So these are 9-inch, just regular non-stick baking pans. They are non-stick, but I'm gonna make sure of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray these with any little vegetable spray here that I have. Generously spray them. Make sure you get the sides. Sorry about the aerosol coming up there. So I'm going to generously spray them, and then I'm going to douse them with a little bit of flour. All right, and then I'm just going to generously dust the pan, okay? So it's just dusting the bottom of the pan. This is just to assure that they're not going to stick. All right, guys, so that's basically what you have. I'm going to do the other pan the same way. Just a quick dusting. Get rid of the excess. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pour in our mixture here. Let's mix it up a little bit. I got a little flour in it, but that's okay. So I'm going to pour it in here in the pan. Like I said, don't be alarmed. This is a very, very thin batter, but don't be alarmed by that. So we're going to evenly add them up between the two. All right, guys. Might be a little bit out of frame here, but I'm trying to get it in both of them, okay, guys? All right, so we got them in both of them here. As you can see, shake them out just a little bit, and then we're going to pop them in the oven for 325 for about 30-40 minutes, and you can test it by sticking a toothpick in the middle. If it comes out clean, then the cakes are done. You don't want to overcook these cakes, guys, so check them after about 30 minutes, okay? Have it. I'm at the oven now, so we're pulling these red velvet cakes out, guys. They look wonderful. So check them out here. Here's one. And here is the second one coming out. Oh, they look beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do now that they're out of the oven is I'm gonna run a knife around the edges here. To try to keep them from preventing to stick. But we're gonna run a knife around the edges. I'm gonna let these cool for just a moment, okay? And then I'm gonna take them out of the pan and let them cool all the way before I get to icing the cakes, okay, guys? But here's the red velvet cakes. It looks like they turned out wonderful. So I'll be right back here. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, let them cool down just a little bit. And then we'll take them out of the pan, put them on the cooling rack, and we'll start icing them after that. Alright guys, as you can see, I've started icing my cake already. So I got both layers, they look great. I put them together, I put a layer of icing in between. Shout out to Divas Can Cook. This cream cheese frosting that I'm using is her recipe. She uses on a lot of her cakes. But go over there and check it out. She does a great job. I love her website. But I'm going to continue icing this and I'll show you the finished product, guys. Red velvet cake. But I'm going to cut a piece here, guys. You're in real time. So I'm going to cut a piece here. You can see what the internally what it looks like. We're going to cut a piece out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. That is wonderful, guys. You look how red that is. You got to try this recipe. And I really have to tell you guys, do not leave out the coffee portion. Red velvet cake at its best, guys. Give it a try. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. You know a video comes out every Friday. But this is a special Friday. This is the Friday before Easter. Hey guys, this is Big Tone signing off. Peace.